Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. This will cost him 11 yards there on the second and goal sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So if we saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet, probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
On second down now, it's Lane. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Herbert on third down now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
They'll run on first down. It's Lane. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls are able to extend their lead.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
On second down now, it's Lane. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
On first down, it's Williams. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bulls are able to stretch out their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Herbert has it knocked free. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bulls are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert looking middle, and it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Herbert now. He finds his man complete. It's Rose. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at it.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
High throw, but he makes the catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now a give, right side. Lane. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. Past the 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He finds his man. Complete. It's Rose. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. And you know how sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lane, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bulls take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lane, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Lane. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rose. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To the air again, Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free, but a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Herbert. And this is incomplete. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 65 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bulls add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, he finds his man, complete. It's Lane. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, and also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys, but being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bulls stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chargers getting set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Chargers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Over the middle, complete. That's Rose. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Williams. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st down, it's Williams, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll be able